You know, the art community is really divided on how they see criticism. Usually, an artist I scroll by on YouTube or Instagram goes with the opinion that they hate it, it's unhelpful, or it's annoying. I'm on the opposite side where I don't really mind criticism on my art. It's actually how I've become better at drawing when I posted during the early days of my time in social media, and I didn't even ask for it. I wanted to give my opinion on criticism how it's not always bad. It just depends how it's given and how you want to treat it. It's not an attack, it's not an insult. I'll get more to that soon. Now, even with my own opinion, it doesn't mean I don't understand the other side's arguments because I can totally see the opposing points made. A lot of anonymous people online don't know how to act like normal human beings and they're just so unethical. I can say quite a bit about this. But anyways, here are some of the reasons why I believe artists hate criticism, the ones I understand the most, and how I can maybe convince you that it's not as bad. A little disclaimer here, this doesn't literally mean you need to follow my advice, nor do I really want to change your mind. Do what you want, do what makes you happy. It's just my opinion. If you want to take my advice, that's cool. If you don't want to take my advice, that's cool too. I can't control your life, I can't control your art life. So the first reason is bullying disguised as criticism. Unfortunately, in the art community, bullying has become so normalized now that even actual critiques can sound pretty rude, when in reality it's possibly just worded wrong or intensely. Like, if someone said to you straight up, your art is absolute ass, why not just increase the arm length? Please stop, quit. That is not really how you give criticism. But if the same type of sentence was worded properly, it would be so much easier to take in. Like, for example, the artwork looks really fantastic. The arm's length is a bit off because the perspective is wrong. Just try to make it a bit longer, but even with that detail, the artwork is fantastic. Totally different vibe. The internet's problem is they're anonymous when giving comments about it, and it allows them to say the meanest things in human history. It's so mean and blunt that when someone is trying to help, it can sound pretty aggressive. But just imagine if the criticism was given in person instead. If you showed your art to someone and they gave you critique, it wouldn't hurt as much. You would see that they genuinely want to uplift you. They've been at your exact skill level before, so they just want to see you improve and reach your potential. Experienced artists love to see the potential in beginners. They love to see improving artists. I do too. Second reason, art is personal. And I fully understand this way of thinking the most. Art really is personally subjective. So when someone criticizes your art, it feels like they are criticizing the image in your head, or more specifically, your creative ideas. But it's not really like that. Sharing your personal tastes with other artists isn't bad at all. In fact, I always share them with another artist friend of mine, and so does that person with me as well. It's super fun and super motivating. When artists want to share their works, they want the interaction to be fun and positive. So when criticism is brought to the table, it can feel like an attack because this is where you expect to be most comfortable. But just understand this. It's just a little advice they want to share because they love seeing the growth in improving artists. So it's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna hurt your art. It's just them going, I see the potential in your work. You'll go far. I believe in you. Third reason. Artists really are drawing for fun. If you want to draw for fun, that's great. Have fun, be happy. That's the most important thing in your art. The flaw in this point though is sticking to one type of style or level, or mindset even, which in this case is you're having fun, can be demotivating as time goes on. Doing the same thing over and over and over again really kills your motivation to draw. I will get more into this in the next segment of this video because this is the segment where I understand your points. The fourth reason is artists are sensitive. Okay, here's the thing. You see, back in my day, every comment I got on my art was very positive and uplifting, but they also gave their criticism politely and in a very uplifting manner. That didn't mean I didn't get any hate comments. I did get hate comments, but they were very, very minor. I also got hate on the way how I sound like, how I draw. I was a beginner. And yes, it hurt, but it wasn't coming in big waves, so it wasn't that hard to deal with. It was just a simple ignore and go along your day. I'm really sorry for the newer artists who couldn't have that golden era of art posting online. Before, people were just nice, but now people just hate beginners. It's so easy to be mean now, and that's the unfortunate reputation in the art community. And I hate to break it to you, I don't really think there's any way we can fix this. Because of that toxicity, artists are more scared to post their art online because they're afraid of what's about to happen to them. And believe me, haters can send the worst thing to an innocent artist. And that definitely changed a lot of artists' perception on posting. This is what makes them sensitive. And I totally understand this point. So I don't really blame you at all if you're scared to post your art online or if you're too sensitive. Fifth reason, receiving criticisms that don't actually help. Added this one last minute while recording because of the thumbnail comment. But yes, I understand this frustration too. Sometimes artists just get criticisms that just do not help them at all. Like the comment told me to draw the pose with a human, and I don't really draw humans a lot. I could if I want to do it occasionally, but it's not my thing, so that was not helpful at all. Also, yes, I do draw humans, not a lot, but here you go. Those are the main opinions I agree with. I hope I picked the ones where, even with my opinion, we can still see eye to eye. Now, with their points I share with other artists, there are some artists who have opinions or views that make me question how you even came to that argument. This will also be the part of the video where I will again be a bit blunt and brutally honest. So be warned, I will be a bit more harsh. First reason is not wanting to improve. Artists who have this mindset concern me. What if you're drawing for so long and you didn't improve? What happened? Did you just quit learning something new you're interested in? How are you not trying new things in art? Doing the same thing in art or in any hobby without trying new things won't go well for you in the future. You start to question why you aren't even improving and then you'd want to give up. If you remember the PewDiePie thing where he drew every day, a lot of the artists who quit were artists who didn't want to improve. And they got demotivated because someone got better than them in like a month or 1 year. I forgot how long his improvement was, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around that time. Basically, PewDiePie improved faster than a lot of hobbyists, and a lot of artists hated on PewDiePie because he was so-called rich, has all the time in the world, is talented, with so-called blue blood. Wonder if you'll get that reference. I'll bring criticism to the table again. If you're afraid to try new things and just want to draw for fun, go ahead, but don't always stick to that mindset. When you're given criticism, especially from an experienced artist, you don't need to apply it to your work now. When the time comes, you can apply that criticism to your work and try something new. This is how I treat my criticism, and I'll get to my experience with criticism soon. If the criticism works, then that's amazing. You tried something new that genuinely worked, and you have the random internet stranger to thank for. If it didn't work, at least you tried something new, because something new in your work isn't wrong. Aren't you allowed to make bad art? Ain't that what you people praise a lot? Doing the same thing is not fun, and art should be fun. Second reason, mid artists are entitled and have too much of an ego. In short, nice criticism is being given, the one who receives the criticism just deflects it with saying that it's hate and my art's already perfect, and then the argument goes on. And then it gets popular and it's so-called art lore. I don't know how some artists see the one giving the criticism as the one in the wrong. Like, what was insulting about saying, this looks really cool? You know what would look so much cooler? If you adjust the hair a bit to the left, or even make the arms go a bit higher for a more dynamic pose. What was insulting about that? And when someone is criticizing your mistakes, how do you act so entitled to the point you have to defend yourself like you're fighting a gang? I'm not even kidding. The artists who do this are artists who are mid. There, I said it. Forgive me if I hurt your feelings. Just be polite about how you take criticism, especially if the artist knows what they're doing. Set your ego down. There's gonna be people better than you and people who just want to see your art at full or high potential. Rejecting it like that is so damn entitled, kinda disrespectful to artists who actually know what they're doing. They put the effort for years, months of practice to make artworks in pure, beautiful detail for an artist to just go, leave me alone, I'm already so good, I don't need advice. It's just so insulting. I'm not even that confident in my art. I don't know how these artists have their pride higher than the moon. Anyways, next point. The third reason I hear is you should ask artists if they're open to critique or not before giving it. Okay, even with my conflicted feelings on this, I can totally understand why this is necessary. When you ask, you're making sure that both parties are good and consenting. But here's the thing, when you post online, you should really expect criticism to happen. That's like going to a barber shop and being asked, "Hey, can I touch you?" I have to expect it and I deal with it. If you have the balls to post your artworks online, knowing just how rude the internet is, you should also have the balls to take criticism when it happens. Even with my short rant, I still can't blame people who do this because again, the internet's mean and it's not friendly at all. But I am positive that if people weren't so mean, you guys wouldn't really have to ask this question a lot. Fourth reason, posting your beginner work online in the first place, especially if you're a child. This one's a big one, but please hear me out. If you're a child, you really shouldn't be on the internet, especially now. The things that will be done to you simply because you are a beginner is criminal, and it's insane. Sad part is, if you're like 14 to 15 years old and can draw really good, you will still get hate for that, and I don't know why this happens. You shouldn't expect the internet to be nice to you. You may not like to hear this, and yes, it hurts me to even say this as well. The internet isn't for teenagers, even like 13 to 16ish around that area. If you want to share your art, I fully believe you should just share it with your parents first, friends first, even people you know IRL. If you really want to post your work online, please just post it to your online friends whom you're comfortable with. You're stepping into a landmine if you post your work as a beginner. The fifth and final reason I hear a lot is artists only wanting positive feedback. This can go back to my recent video, my hot takes video. This mindset does not really help anyone in the long run. Yes, of course, it's nice to receive encouragement to your works, but listen, if it's repetitive, then it starts to lose all meaning. Why did the artist want to draw in the first place? They took an interest in art, and of course that means you put yourself in a position to draw. But if you stagnate on your progress and don't do anything new, what is the fun in that? I don't think that's going to be good for you. Doing the same thing is not fun. And if you're lying to artists who think they're great at art when in reality it's just the same beginner style looking thing, I don't think that's really helping them at all. Yes, they may be having fun, but you will start to notice them kinda questioning why you're never improving. Positivity is nice, but honesty is just as important to any artist as well. You don't have to change your minds with what I said. Live your artistic life however you want. If you want to insult and get mad at my opinion, you can absolutely do it in the comments. But now with my middle ground talk done, I have yet to show you what criticism has done to me and how it's actually helped me improve my art. One criticism I got a few months ago was my line work was too sharp. As you can see with my still, and honestly majority of my drawings, I possess a very sharp, angular type of style. I did share some of my artworks to my friends and they liked it, but they also went, "Man, you know what would be super interesting? Trying to soften your line out." Now I put this feedback and thought today was the day to attempt it. It's actually the time lapse you're looking at right now. The finished product is definitely interesting. It's not my usual type of style, but I had fun doing it because it was a new challenge and a new test for me. I will stick to the sharp styles, but maybe from time to time I can implement that new experience into my art. The perfect idea comes. Another criticism I got, connecting my line art. I didn't even realize I was doing this until looking at older pieces and yeah, I can see what they mean. Now, I personally don't think it looks bad. I think it doesn't make much of a difference as there are some works that, if done correctly, it can look good even if the line work isn't connected. But this time, I decided to apply it immediately. Will I continue connecting my line art? Yes, because I really do see the improvement in it, but I can't promise I'll do it with every piece because I'm not really used to it yet. The most recent criticism I got was grayscaling. Okay, I will confess that I used to grayscale with just black and white. I know, it's not something you should really do and I've been doing it like that for years. Personally, don't think it's a bad thing to shade with black and white, but I can understand the reasonings as to why it's not recommended. So when I was told something like, when you grayscale, it doesn't always need to be shades of gray. You can add a bit of color with your shading and it makes the grayscale look more interesting. This is the art piece I tested this feedback with, and I even edited the grayscale with black and white for comparisons. It looks way more interesting, and I can totally see why this was a good recommendation. I do think there's still reasons to shade with gray to be used in grayscaling, but this just looks really pretty when you add a bit of color. When I tested this out and when I finished it, my mind just clicked and went, now that is cool. And ever since, I've been doing my grayscales like this. And there we go, my opinion on criticism. I'll say this again, you really don't need to take criticism if you really don't want to, but stop treating it like it's cancer. It's not gonna hurt you to try new things, it's not even gonna hurt you in general. Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna really make any more long commentary videos like this anymore. If I ever am gonna make a video like this again, it would possibly just be a bit short. And I will be a bit more positive because I think my videos come off a bit like a bitch. Anyways, here are the finished time-lapse results, and if you want to be mad, please be respectful.